today I'm going to be showing you all of the ways that you can get controllers in Once Human. Controllers are what you are going to use when you complete one of the silos, or a boss fight, or indeed the Leah Research Labs in different sections there, and it's what's going to allow you to obtain the maximum amount of loot from these. On top of this, with the most recent update, the Memetic Specialisation memory fragments drop from these loot tables when you do use a controller, making these even more valuable than ever. And as such, I wanted to show you the 7 ways that I know of right now that you can actually acquire these in-game. If you find the video useful and informative, please drop me a like and a subscribe down below. And without further ado, let's jump into it. So the first and most easy way for most players to earn their controllers is going to be through the journey tasks. Now, if you have a look on these, the individual tasks just mainly give you energy links and experience, but the overall category will give you some Starcrom and a controller. So it's a double whammy here. Of course, you obviously want the Starcrom, but you'll also get controllers from these. And even if you're very far into the game, like me, I've completed almost everything. I've still got a little bit to do here on the Warband, which is actually more the PvP side on this particular server. So that would net me another 2 controllers. And if you're a little bit further behind, or you haven't focused on these quite as much, you might have a few categories that you can tick off, or even that you've already done that you can just claim in order to get hands-on with some of these. The next one is going to be going to the Riddle Spots and completing the riddles. Some of these are going to be pretty fun, and also a lot of these will give you very useful attachments for your weapons. These will also drop you that attachment, of course, and they will drop you some other stuff among a controller, which is another way that you can get these. There is about 40 to 50 Riddle Spots that I've found so far in the game, so if you haven't got hands-on with all of these, make sure that you do them. You can either use an external map that somebody has made to actually show where these are. There's a lot of these on things like Steam guides, or you can go into the game, and if you go into your gear section here and open up any weapon that you want, if you click onto the customize section and go onto the accessories, you can click onto these and have a look through where you can get all of these. So for example, explore the Riddle Spot eye balloon in West Red Sands. Now, this just gives you a vague area, so I would definitely recommend looking at one of the maps that has these on, because it is much, much easier. Or if you want to try and explore a little bit and find these for yourself, then of course you can do that. Even if you don't need the attachments, you're going to net controllers by doing this, so it's a really, really good way to get hands on. Now we're going to move on to something that is a daily reset, and this is a public crisis event. You'll be able to find these by going into the map, and if there's one near you, you will see in the bottom left a little black diamond with a red outline and a red exclamation mark in the middle, or something similar to this. You can also have a look around on the map for this same emblem, and once you find it, what you will be able to do is go into this event, and when you complete it for the first time each day, or any of these events for the first time each day, you will be given controllers as a reward. And this can be done, like I said, every single time the server resets for the day, or whenever the next day is for you on your server. Next, we're moving on to weekly refreshes, and the first one here for those is going to be the Warband shop. Now, this is going to cost you 150 of the credits here that you're going to get from actually donating to the Warband. So when you go in here and you donate stuff, you can do 10 weekly contribution limit. So for example, the damaged data discs, which I think this is what they're used for, you go in here and it will give your Warband some fund, and it will also give you these materials up here, the Warband credits. You can then use these in the shop, and you can get 3 controllers a week from this, and as you can see here, they cost 150 each, so that's going to require 450 points in order to be able to do this, and then you can get those every single time the weekly reset comes around. So when you're doing things like your shop and vendors resets, all that kind of stuff, you can add this into your weekly rotation. Then if we go ahead and summon V here, you will see that commissions will also give you controllers. Now individually they give you controllers for completing them. A lot of players kind of wonder what the point is, because the XP is the obviously biggest number here, but of course you're going to get energy links for all of these that you complete individually, as well as controllers individually, so make sure you're staying on top of these every single week. And then once you've done these individual ones, once you've completed your 5 total tasks, you will then get a bunch of XP, which for most players won't be that relevant, but you do of course get 5 additional controllers there. So this is probably the biggest weekly farm, as it were, or biggest weekly obtainable method for your controllers. You're going to get 4 per task, and I think this does increase each week, so next week you might even get more than this. I'm not sure 100%, but some people in the comments have been saying that to me. But basically, minimum you're going to get is 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, which is 5 times, of course, is 20, plus the 5 that you get for completing all 5 tasks. So 25 controllers for that for the week. It's going to be a really, really nice one, so don't miss out on that one. So the next thing here is going to be the Migrant, or Hale's moving house. This one is on a weekly refresh, so you can do this every single week. And as you can see from the gameplay, you go in, you attack these 3 little hand things that are on the floor. They will then send out the orbs into the area. These orbs then go into an item, which then you need to destroy or attack. You'll see this by the ringing effect, and when you go over it with your mouse, you will see a little red dot instead of a white dot in the middle of your crosshair. Additionally, you can press Q and scan the area, and this will show you very quickly where the objects are. I would not waste your time trying to listen out for them. Just press Q, use your senses, and get that done quickly. This is then going to give you some more controllers, as well as some other loot. It gives a decent amount of acid as well, so it's actually a pretty good thing to be doing each week. And this image right here shows you where all of these locations are. This image is from Gamerant, so credit to them for this image. I'm just taking the screenshot that they've had up on their post about this here. It's a very, very clear image, so I wanted to share it with you all. And you can see it's going to be at one of those locations each week for you. It's not necessarily going to be the same location each week, or it could be the same location. You're pretty much going to have to go towards it. You won't always have these blue dots, so you're just going to check these locations and see if the house is there to be able to do this method. Finally then, we're looking at the vendors. So if we go to Nissa and interact with this NPC, you can see you have a seasonal limit of 20 controllers here. These cost 100 sproutlets each, so they're fairly expensive, but if you are participating in the Cargo Scramble event whenever it comes up, like most players are because it's pretty fun, then this is going to be a great way you can get these. This is a seasonal limit though, so do be aware you can literally only get 20 of these every 6 weeks, so it's not that much of a great way to get them. However, in the later game where you have got more sproutlets, this is going to be a good way to top up and try and get some of that loot. It's also worth noting that from the Severin 7 shop, you can also get 20 seasonal controllers for 2 each of these Stellar Plangula. These are obtained through side quests and through doing your riddles and amorphic hunts there, so the amorphic chests that are hidden around the map. Again, you can use an external map that somebody's made with these locations on if you want to find these a little bit easier, but essentially once you've got these, you can then go in here and get 20 controllers per season. So again, once every 6 weeks, that's 20. They're going to cost you 2 each, so you're going to need 40 of these in order to do it. Now, of course, don't forget that these Starcrom crates are here, and you're definitely going to want to max these out seasonally, and these cost 100 each, so you're going to need 800 for that, plus your 40 there, so you're going to want to farm around a minimum of 840 Stellar Plangula per season in order to get hands-on with all of the seasonal limit things that you want to get here. Be aware that these will refresh again if you're watching this at any point in the future where we've got new seasons, new scenarios, and new servers, anything like that. These will obviously also be re-unlocked every single time you start a new season, so you can go back and get these each time as well. But that is going to be it for today's video. That is all of the ways I know that you can currently get hands-on with these controllers right here, so that you can maximize the amount of these you have, and of course maximize your loot, get the best chance at getting these brand new Memetic Specialisation memory fragments, and generally just get more loot that you can break down and use to upgrade your gear and that sort of thing. So that is really cool. If you have found the video useful and informative, please do drop me a like and a subscribe down below, as both of those things are massively appreciated. And other than that, I will catch you again very shortly on a brand new upload, so take care and peace.